And for your top story this hour, Pakistan's military spokesperson has confirmed that Operation Ghazal-e-Haq is continuing under the direct orders of Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif, as Pakistani forces claim to have captured Afghan military posts along the shared border. The operation follows deadly airstrikes on Taliban positions in Kabul, Kandahar and Paktia. Afghan authorities, however, have denied these claims, stating that their forces captured multiple Pakistani army posts, killing 55 soldiers. Meanwhile, Pakistan's Information Minister Atullah Tahrar has rejected Afghanistan's account, saying only 2 Pakistani soldiers died in the conflict. Heavy conflict has been reported near the Torkhan border crossing, leading to evacuations on both sides. Pakistan has vowed a decisive response to any further Afghan provocations, warning of serious consequences. We are now being joined by Lieutenant Colonel Himanshu Singh, who's a Defence and International Relations Analyst, joining us from New Delhi. Thank you so much for joining us here today on NewsX World. How credible are the competing narratives from Islamabad and Kabul about territorial control and military action, and what mechanisms exist to independently verify these claims on the ground?
Good evening, Ellie. Good to see you. See, both countries will give their own version, because everyone has to not only give that they are winning, but also have to face the domestic audience. So both will give, and there's a state of fog of war where nobody actually gives out the correct picture, but still everybody claims that they are winning. Yesterday, Afghani news agency Tolo had given this news that they have started firing on Pakistan. Later on, it was confirmed by Al Jazeera, and by morning, I think it was there in all international newspapers. However, let's understand, both these countries are economically not in a state or bandwidth to have a sustained war, because economic crisis is there. Then Pakistan, as of now, is also facing internal crisis. Same goes for Afghanistan. Afghanistan also have a chaotic security vacuum where inside a lot of blasts are taking place. So I feel the credible report of both countries going into a war are very, very clear. However, how much the damage has been done is yet to be known, because both sides are giving contradictory states. So I feel, the Durand border remains a point of contention, because Afghanistan does not recognize it as a border. They feel some outsider had drawn a line without visiting, and people of their ethnicity have come towards the Pakistan. Pakistan blames that Afghanistan is not able to control TTP, which is creating a lot of terrorist attacks inside Pakistan. They want it to be controlled by Afghanistan. So this is the reason of contention, and that is why Pakistan had done few air raids inside Afghanistan, and a lot of civilians had died. But if we see, the retaliation was bound to come, because if any country, the sovereignty is crossed by airstrike and civilian die, they have to retaliate. They have no other option, and they have the right to strike back. But the problem is, both countries have their own strength and weaknesses. Pakistan's weakness is the economic fragility and the IMF dependence. Then they have internal insurgency in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa and Balochistan. Then the political instability because of the civil military coherence is also there. And same goes for Afghanistan. See, it's on a verge of economic collapse. It is a landlocked kind of a country. So they don't have any formal airspace and diplomatic isolation. Exactly the things will be known, I think, after a few days, when this thing all subsides, or maybe it's going to escalate. That all depends on how they want to address this issue, because Pakistan cannot put their boots on ground, because we know Afghanistan is known as the graveyard of empires. Nobody can actually sustain themselves because of the geography and because the kind of fighters they have. So Pakistan can only go and do pinpoint strikes and come back. However, because Afghanis indulge in guerrilla tactics, it will be difficult for Pakistan to control. And I don't think, America is going to indulge because they have already burned their fingers once. China, yes, diplomatically from the back channel, they may try to negotiate, though Iran is somewhere trying to offer a hand of negotiation to both the countries. We have to actually wait and watch to see how this progresses, because something very important, Ellie, there is lack of mutual trust. Afghan do not trust Pakistanis, and especially in a month of Ramadan when people are fasting and it is a very, very pious month, attacking civilians is not viewed as something which was acceptable. So the news of attacking each other will keep coming.
I'm really
However,
sorry, Himanshu, we've just come in with some breaking news, but we'll be back with you in just a second. We've just